Welcome back to the show. Now, we have something pretty special coming up here. We're talking about a cookbook, and it benefits Life Point and Donate Life South Carolina. And we have two people with us. We have Dennis and Mark. And Dennis, now you are a liver recipient.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's where the money for, selling these cookbooks, that kind of goes in. Tell us your story.
Well, in 2005, I had a physical. I was feeling fine and everything, and all of a sudden, when my numbers came back, my liver enzymes were very, very elevated. I had some testing done, and they decided and found out that I had a tumor on my liver, so I had primary liver cancer. And there's no treatment for primary liver cancer other than a transplant. But the good thing is a transplant is a complete treatment. It's a 100%, no chemo, no radiation. So I went through a year of testing, and then June 13th, 2006, I was transplanted, and I've had a textbook recovery since then.
You look great.
Good to go ever
I feel
since.
great. I never got sick. I know you guys asked for some before pictures, but I look like this. It's just with that kind of an illness, there was just no. I would go into the doctor's office and I would see other guys sitting there looking like they're really ready to die, and I walked in and looked like this and said, "Why are you people wasting your time on me?" And they would tell me I was sicker than those guys were, that my body just wouldn't tell me.
All right, we're talking about the cookbook now, Mark. Tell me a little bit about the cookbook.
The cookbook's to raise money for Team South Carolina, which is a team of South Carolina transplant recipients and donor families that we send to the National Transplant Games every 2 years. Dennis is a member of that team, and he also has a recipe in the cookbook. So the funds from that go to help us send the folks to the transplant
Now, that's
games.
your recipe?
What is it?
What is that?
That's my mother's recipe. My mother used to make these for Christmas and for different holidays, and they're just little pecan tarts. And so I threw those together this morning.
Wow. Well, that's
I also
pretty
brought
good.
each one of you a Team South Carolina pin. These are from the transplant games. These were our team last year.
Dennis is a medal winner. He's won medals in the transplant games, dancing, doing the shag, Carolina shag.
Now, when does all this come up? When does
They're
it?
every 2 years, and we will be in Cleveland, Ohio in June of 2016. We were just in Houston, Texas this last year. My wife and I danced and we won. I played golf and won medals there.
Nice.
Wow,
The whole
that's
spectrum
great.
of games.
And
You get
one thing I
athletics
do
and
want to
everything.
make sure,
Okay.
very important, this is my donor.
Okay.
This
Oh,
was
that
my-
is your donor.
That is
Okay.
my donor. His name was Christopher Hartley. He was from Buena Vista, Virginia. I have met his mother, obviously. We are friends on Facebook, and we talk from time to time. And he was a 30-year-old young man who, thankfully for me, said yes when someone asked him if he wanted to be an
That's
organ.
amazing. That's amazing. There are a lot of amazing stories out there, too. Thank you. But where they can find the cookbooks? Tell them real quick.
You can go online to lifepoint-sc.org or call 1-800-462-0755.
There it is right there on your screen. Check it out. Help somebody. This is something that's needed all over.
Some great cookbooks, and definitely
Yeah.
for a good cause. We've got more coming up in just a moment. Stick with us.